Hello, everyone. My name is Yvette, and I'm with the Sweet Auburn Link, and we are linking the world through technology. Please visit our YouTube page at Sweet Auburn Link. That's SweetAuburnLink. That's Sweet Auburn Link. Make sure you hit the like button and tell a friend to subscribe. We are here because we are celebrating 36 years of the Sweet Auburn Springfest. That is the original Sweet Auburn Festival, and we have a special guest with us today who will be participating for the very first time. Could you introduce yourself?
Good night, everyone. My name is Kevin Blaize, the author out of Brooklyn, New York, and I'm pleased to be here.
Okay, we have Kevin coming all the way from New York. So you said you're an author. What made you want to participate in the Sweet Auburn Springfest?
I'm an independent author and self-published, so I spend, what I do is I go out before work in the morning and I sell my books out on the street. And I had a couple come up and purchase my books last year, and they told me that I should check out the Auburn Springfest in 2022 because they think I would be a good fit for it. So I had never heard of it. Being from New York, I had never heard of it. So I started looking into it. I looked it up on the website, and I was like, when next year comes around, I'm going to try to see if I'll be able to get out there and spread my wings. And fortunately, I made the contact, and you guys welcomed me with open arms. So I'll be there.
Okay, so what inspired you to want to be an author?
I used to read a lot of books when I was growing up and into adulthood. I used to read a lot of books, and I had a little idea. I was reading this one particular book was supposed to be a true story, and it wasn't really connecting with me like I thought it would, because I was looking forward to reading it for a long time. And then I had an idea, and I said, maybe it's now time for me to try this idea. And that idea was my fictional book, and it just grew into a trilogy, actually. I sat on the idea. I don't even remember what made me start to put the idea down, but once I started writing, I couldn't stop, and here we are.
Okay, so can you give us some information about the books? What's the name of them? What are they about?
Okay, my fictional book, as I said, it's a trilogy. It's about dogs against wolves battling for supremacy of the wilderness, and all the other animals join in on what side they think is going to win or what side they're forced to join in on. Takes place in a mystical forest, untouched by humans. If you like action, suspense, thriller, page turner, a love story, war, peace, it's all in there. It's the next big trilogy is how I push it. And if you like animals, that's an added bonus. But even if you don't like animals, just the plot alone has kept people captivated because it brings them to that place where they're able to separate the reality, what's going on in the real world, to give them that peace of mind while they're reading, and take them to another world, because what's going on in the real world, sometimes you just need an escape from it. And my book does that. The trilogy does that. And I've been getting a lot of excellent reviews about it. And I'm excited to see where it's going to go. We're going to take it all the way to an animated movie. Book 2 is already done. It's double the size of book 1. If you guys could see the cover here. And I've been getting a lot of excellent reviews on it, man. I'm very, very excited. Book 2's been done since 2020, and I'm going to launch that in June of 2023. I wanted to push this one for 2 years. I just launched it in April of 21. So I wanted to push it for 2 years. But yeah, exciting, great reviews, and I'm hyped on the possibilities of that book. So that's my fictional book. Here I have my information book, which is teaching us why it takes us so long to buy our first house living in America as Blacks. Nobody's teaching us the process. We're not learning it in school. And a lot of our elders don't remember what they did, never learned the process. And once they realized the banks took advantage of them, which happened to my parents, they didn't tell anybody. So the next generation coming up, as I did, made some of the same mistakes that my parents learned. Once I've realized that the process wasn't that difficult, it's just that we need to be taught, I decided to put it in a book. I put the terms in real simple form, so the ones coming up after me won't make the same mistakes that I made and the ones before me made. And I've been getting a lot of great reviews on that also. The people want the information. We just don't know where to get it from. If they're not teaching us in schools and the households can't teach it to us, where are we going to get the information from? So I tell people I have the best of both worlds, information and entertainment. Information and entertainment. You can find the Homebuyers book at www.18-48.com. And you can find the fictional book at www.dogsofthewild.com. Both written by me, self-published, independent author, and we're going all the way to the top with it.
Okay, so you heard that, everyone. We need to get out and support Kevin. If you want to get out of your head and all the things that's going on, you can buy his book. What's that? Dogs of the Wild.
Dogs of the Wild, yeah. Separate you from the reality.
Right. And then if you want some information about buying a home, dealing with the banks, you can hit them up for, tell us the name of your other book. I'm sorry.
That's Blacks in America, 18 to 48 and Still No House. The reason I got the title is because as of 2018, the average age for us to buy our first house was 48 years old. That's a little ridiculous.
Wow, yes, it is.
And the only reason is because nobody's teaching us the process, like I stated. It's not difficult. It's just that nobody's showing us. Once we learn something, we're people that master it. So all we need to do is be taught. And that's what I set out with this book to do.
Okay, good. Do you have an Instagram? What's your social media handle?
My Instagram for my trilogy is Dogs of the Wild series. That's at Dogs of the Wild series. And for the Homebuyer book, it's at Blazing Restoration. At Blazing Restoration.
Okay, so Kevin will be here May the 7th and 8th in Atlanta for the Sweet Auburn Springfest. Until then, and even after, you can hit him up on his social media or his websites to purchase his books. Anything else that you have to say, Kevin?
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited, and I can't wait to be down there for the Springfest. I'm really, really looking forward to it, man. And spread the word. I get a lot. The fictional book means a lot to me because it's not often that you see us writing fictional books like this. We have, a lot of us are rappers and athletes, and those are amazing careers to have, but that's not all that we do. Right. I have workshops where I go to different schools and I talk to students about them starting to create, because this creating industry is a $1 trillion industry and we're only consumers in it. We need to start to be creators and get to that side of the industry. So it's more than just my trilogy, which I'm in love with. This is my baby, but we need the younger generation to start to use those imaginations and start to create, because we're creative people, and and we need to know that we can do this also.
That is true. Well, thank you for joining us this evening, Kevin, and we look forward to having you at the Sweet Auburn Springfest. We'll know you'll do well. We will promote you and make sure that you do well. So everyone, again, the 36th annual Sweet Auburn Springfest Mother's Day weekend, May the 7th and the 8th in the ATL downtown Atlanta. You can find us on Instagram at Sweet Auburn Fest. And remember, if it doesn't say www.sweetauburn.com, it's not the real deal. Again, thank you, Kevin. And good evening.